I think because of CJ's wide social influence, there is a variability of pressure that really does amount to it. And because of that, results can be predicted, essentially. I think Fever is undoubtedly one of OCE's best players. He himself, as an individual, mechanically, he's got like Kami alongside with CJ, a very experienced player within the scene who has a lot of experience and he can really build on and sort of reflect on, which I think is really positive for both CJ and Fever. Being able to have that reflective process from Kami and being able to have that input can really make the team a lot stronger for sure.
Yeah, feeling really good ahead of the LA Major. I think compared to obviously our Sweden boot camp, we had a week there and a week and a half of scrims, and it probably wasn't the quality we sort of wanted.
Yeah, over the last couple of weeks in scrims, I'd say we're feeling pretty good. I'd say the first couple of days were a bit rough, but like I said before, we adapt and we bring our best game to scrims, just as we do on the major day.
We've adjusted pretty well. I think the first few days we definitely had some hard hits.
The scrim results have been night and day.
We're starting to win some scrims, and if we can replicate that on game day,
hopefully we can put in an even stronger performance here.
There's nothing. Why don't you see how tall Daniel is? He's 3 foot. It's so weird with Chrome sitting next to us. They're only getting here on Thursday if they do get in.
What's going on, everyone? We have just arrived in LA after having a nice lengthy 2 weeks of boot camp in Michigan. Everyone's checked in yesterday. The process went nice and smooth, and we're just about to head over to the Faceit studio for our SSD setup. Make sure all the boys get all their settings nice and right, just so that everyone is good for day one this Wednesday.
Yeah. Usually you want me to bring keyboard and mouse controller.
Here we are. We're at the studio. So this isn't obviously, we're not on the stage, we're not the YouTube theatre. We're at the studio. This is where the group stage will be played. Currently, we're just setting up, getting all the setups right. We've all got our own SSD, so we can get everything set up just how we want it. So here we are. This is a couple of days out from the event. Hopefully we're nice and comfortable, and it'll mean it'll be a much smoother process when we are on game day on Wednesday. So yeah, it's good fun.
I would argue that team chemistry is one of the most important things that go into creating an esports team. Being able to have positive vibes outside of the game is what creates the structure for a team. If you're able to compromise that, that's where teams start to just fall apart. So having a really strong and coherent team culture is one of the most important things.
Look, yes, I have heard that I'm the oldest player attending the LA Major. Do I feel like the oldest? Don't really feel like I'm the grandpa just yet. I don't know, it feels good. I feel a bit more confidence going into it now. I know I'm older than all these young kids. So I'm looking forward to putting these young attackers in their place.
Hype up the crowd, pump them up a little bit. Come on, let me give us a couple of flexes, boys. Here. You guys can just hang out there for now, so I'm gonna have you guys.
That's my second time in LA. I've transited a few times, but yeah, second time. So we're not too phased about, I guess, the public opinion. I think that when you get too worried about that, you put more pressure on yourself. So we don't have any expectations. We're just going to have a good time, and I think that we can really do some damage. Our biggest opponent, definitely in the group stage, would have to be NRG. I think that I've played them a few times in some other international events and gone close, but never beaten them. But luckily enough, we've got Kami on the team who did beat them.
In terms of our group, I'd say it doesn't really matter who's in it. I guess you can say history repeats itself, but at the end of the day, it is a new day, it is a new game. People coming up with new play styles and all that stuff, so you just got to adapt and run it back.
Close, let's feel it.
Where's the beach, man? Alright boys, this is it, alright? Now, it's just like Sweden, and it's just like we've done the last 2 weeks. We've just been scrimming, and this is just another scrim day, isn't it? And what are we going to do today, boys? We're just going to play with our strengths, aren't we?
Yeah, play our game.
And what's that?
No matter what.
Our bit of fun, speed, our pace. Use each other. Use each other. I just want to see you boys gelling and bouncing off each other. And if we can jump off there, regardless of the result, and say we had some fun, that's all we make.
A beast! hella biased. I'll be like, they're the best team in the world. They're not gonna lose at all. Let's go.
That's not bias, that's just truth.
That's facts. I like to be quiet as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no easy feat to come out here and keep a team that is dangerous as Endpoint is off the boards as often as they did. And despite coming up short here 3-1 at the end of this series, you cannot count them out in that Group B, that is for sure.
I think there's a lot of pressure when you are competing in an international event at a major. You know, you got the top 16 teams in the world, but at the same time, it's sort of that you don't have to let the pressure, sort of the external pressure, sort of affect you if you don't want to. I think the only pressure you should have is from, I guess, yourself.
And I think the most important thing is acknowledgement. Acknowledgement that some games aren't going to go too well. Acknowledgement that some games are going to go well.
In the past, we've sort of been so worried about what other people are saying and like, oh, what are people going to think if we don't win this game or win that game? But I don't think we have any real pressure on ourselves. I think we're just going to set some really strong goals as a team, and we've just got self-belief, and there's no real pressure. We're just going to have fun, and we showed a little bit of that in Sweden, and I think we can really take what we did there and go to a whole nother level again.
When CJ's on form with Fever in combination, boy, are Renegades especially.
Renegades reading it quite nice, but Squishy on the breakaway. See ya! Squishy puts it through for a tie game. Renegades writing their story so far this weekend. Now need a goal with a backflip to CJ. Right back, the 1-2. Wow! Finally, we get a response. Plays downfield. The captain catapults his team into a 3-0 sweep against Renegades. Yet again, an impressive performance from the NRG.
We've got Renegades who are coming off of a tough loss. Meanwhile, Furia, they were on the mainstream, and winning on the mainstream as a player, the best feeling. So for them to come in here with confidence, with a lot of swagger now, they're ready. This is their moment here to step up and get some revenge against Renegades.
A little dangerous, but now Renegades have been able to stabilize, and they strike first. You're calling it out, Turtle. Fever able to hit the goal.
Force a play out of Furia, but with 5 seconds left, it might just be enough. A big win from Fever in the midfield, and CJ there to finish it off.
Actually synchronous there.
CJ.
And CJ just gets the shot, and it's in! CJ gets the second goal for Renegades. Feeling the momentum. Furia trying to wrench control of this game from them, but Kami's got the catch. Kyle coming to try to bump. Kami flip, reset into the net. Bullet over him. Furia desperately looking for their third goal, but it falls to the ground, and Renegades have taken the victory. Absolutely insane stuff from Renegades.
I'm losing my mind.
This group has just
what is going on?
It's just their thing now. We're trying to bring them more hype. But except with that series against Furia, we went like opposite each other, so that kind of sucked. It was sort of like yelling sideways.
Oh, well.
Yo! Not gonna lie, we started really slow in the first game versus NRG. We came out game 3, we started to find a little bit of ourselves. We started to have a really good pass play that really started to connect. And I started to hear all the boys' comms just sort of bouncing off each other, what I like to hear always the most. But obviously losing to NRG, our back's pretty much against the wall. Yep. Had to go up against Furia, and look, come out on top with a 3-0. Couldn't be more proud of the boys. You know, if that's not resilience at its best, I don't know what is. Yep. All the comms were just bouncing off each other. We were reading each other. We were finding each other and creating those crucial pass plays that we need to get past these strong, dominant SAM teams. And look, that's what we did, and couldn't be proud of the boys. And obviously tomorrow's going to be a massive day as well, going up against NRG. You know, the story writes itself, doesn't it?
Handling the pressure, I think, or last major, I even said in my actual interview that I was like shaking.
I guess everyone handles the pressure differently. Myself personally, I don't know, I think it's just experience at this point.
The only pressure that I feel externally is to do a walkout if we get top 8. Outside of the actual performance stuff, don't really feel any pressure from the public. I think, yeah, I'm just going to go and have some fun. But I'll tell you what, if we do get to the live crowd, I'm going to have to come up with something because there's the pressure on.
Don't have my good luck charm with me this time in Billy, my dog, but you know, I don't need good luck here. So.
And here we are right now. They're trying to make it out of groups.
NRG, as an org, has not missed Championship Sunday since Season 6 World Championship. Directly in the offense, and maybe let somebody else go headhunting. Doesn't matter, as they left the door open behind them, chasing a 2-goal deficit. Squishy will put this away, and with it, puts game 1 away.
You saw what happened. Now another chance and another goal. Squishy will pick up the 3rd one for NRG.
Might have surprised the NRG defense just a little bit. Fever now in front, trying to dish this in, and he
You said it, Stacks. Fever has to get going, and he's starting to warm up. Good save there. But Justin starting to get involved there. You see the mechanics coming out. Another pass, another shot, and Garrett G, slot gang, top left corner.
Not quite Garrett G, but I am here with Sis, who has just come off the back of an amazing win versus Renegades.
Oh, I'm very proud. I like to think of myself as a dad of 3 kids, really just creating such a strong bond and such a strong rapport with these guys, whereby I can facilitate such a really nice team environment. Look, I've seen growth, and even reflecting back to Sweden, things, we had hiccups, and every team's going to have hiccups, but seeing sort of the growth process over the short time of 4 months has been amazing. I've definitely seen some fantastic strengths being developed. I've seen weaknesses be addressed, which is the most important thing in my mind, and sort of just that overall acknowledgement towards being a better team, being a better individual, and that really makes me proud.